Hello, and welcome to the Abundology Podcast. My name is Renee Spears, and I'm a Law of Attraction mentor and spiritual advisor, and I help people be happy and have more money, love, time, and joy in their lives. I'm coming to you from downtown Portland, Oregon, and this is the weekly energy update for the week of January 31st, 2021. Every Sunday, I talk about how this energy is going to be for the week ahead, and I also infuse the show with some positive vibes, so you do get a little positive energy boost just for listening. And it's so hard to believe this is the last day of January. February starts tomorrow, and tomorrow morning would be the perfect time to say rabbit, rabbit, rabbit when you wake up. So rabbits have been considered a symbol of good luck for over 2,000 years. So the superstition of saying rabbit, rabbit, rabbit 3 times first thing in the morning on the first day of the month before you say anything else means you'll have good luck for the month. And I don't know about you, but I will take all the good luck that I can find. And usually I have to write myself a sticky note and put it by my bed so in the morning I remember to say rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. So February is one of the most intense months of the year. Oh my God, I bet you are sick of hearing me say that. And if it feels like you've heard me say this before, that's because I have. The astrology has been really intense lately, but things will settle down soon. So February is intense because there's lots of activity in the sky and we have some really rare alignments. So the major features this month are the Aquarius stellium, Saturn square Uranus alignment, Mercury retrograde, and then we also are going to throw in a Chinese New Year in there. So in February, we have a string of planets lining up in the sign of Aquarius, including Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn. And with Saturn in Aquarius through 2023 and Jupiter remaining in Aquarius for most of the next year, we're officially entering a period that is going to be marked by progressive, forward-thinking energy. And we can already see this in the change to the Biden administration, how I finally feel like we're moving forward again with some of the policies that are positive for our country. But we'll be feeling this heavily in February because we have 7 planets, the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, plus the asteroid Pallas Athena. They'll all be in the sign of Aquarius, which is known as creating a stellium in astrology. So in astrology, 4 or more planets in the same zodiac sign is called a stellium. And when this happens, it creates a supercharged field of energy. So stelliums are powerful and they're accelerators. So think about an area of your life that you would like to accelerate or make really great progress with. And then we're going to channel all of this Aquarius energy into that. So the Aquarius stellium may also bring a shift to our focus on a global level. So we may see a stronger push towards the Aquarian themes of technology advancing, social programs, greater humanitarian efforts, change to our social structures and innovations, all good things. These are good things happening. And Aquarius is also ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of awakening. So while it does bring change, it often awakens us so that we can take a new look at things in a different way. So Aquarius is an air sign, which means our mental energy will be strong this year, especially in February. And we'll get some new ideas and some new inspiration. And just for reference, the last time there were 7 planets in Aquarius, the Dark Ages ended and the Renaissance began. So the time of plagues ended and a spirit shift began. So we can expect similar stuff happening now, a revolution of our mind and our spirit. And all this, of course, is happening with Mercury retrograde. We talked about this last week, where Mercury went retrograde yesterday on Saturday for the next 3 weeks. And although Mercury retrograde gets a bad rap, because it can cause issues with technology like our phone and our computer and even travel delays, it also brings us a time to redo things, and especially this time to rethink things. This is a chance to change your mind about things, to do things in a different way. This is an opportunity to rethink money, your career, your love life, your happiness level, how you're choosing to live your life, and to make changes to all that stuff. But not in a I wasted my life way, oh my God, I've wasted the last 30 years with this guy or this thing, but in a wow, there's a different, better way of doing things. So we've been talking about rethinking abundance and specifically our money on this podcast this year. And this is the perfect time to talk about shifting your focus. And as we know, what we focus on increases. So if you want more money, focus on the money that you're already receiving. Okay, so let's back up a moment. We typically think that money comes from work. So let's rethink that right now, because it just isn't true. Money comes in so many ways. You can inherit it, you can marry it, you could win it, you can find it, you could even steal it. So from here on out, instead of thinking of making money, let's think of attracting money as if we were one big, huge money magnet. And one way to supercharge that magnet is to focus on what money you are receiving. So you can use this technique for attracting anything into your life, like love, joy, peace, happiness. But today we're specifically focusing on money. So what I have done for years is to write down all the money that I'm attracting. I write it down in a notebook, but you can use your phone or whatever works for you. And one of the objections I often hear about this when I suggest it to people is it's just one more thing I have to do. I don't want to write it down. Okay, this is our opportunity to rethink that thought. We don't think anything of going to work for 40 hours a week for money, but spending a couple minutes a day writing down what we're receiving is too much. Okay, so we've rethought that. Let's change that thought. So write down everything you receive. If you find a penny, write it down. If you use a pizza coupon for a free pizza, write down the cost of what you got for that extra free pizza. Write down your normal paycheck. Write down your tax refund or random ass refund checks that you get in the mail. So part of the fun of this is paying attention to how the universe is getting money to you. And it's so creative. So last week, a podcast listener randomly Venmo'd me $10. He had listened to the podcast the week before and believed that the positive vibes from the podcast helped him sell a house. And he was just passing on some of the good vibes in the form of $10 in Venmo. So thank you, Eric. And how cool is that to have people randomly Venmoing you money? That was not on my bingo card for how I was attracting money. So why this works is that your focus is now on what and how you are attracting money and not on your lack of money. If you just made that simple change to how you think about money, let me focus on what I have and what I'm attracting and pay less attention to the money that I think that I don't have. This shifts your entire vibe. It supercharges you as a money magnet, and it fucking works. This is what I do to attract money. So one last thing, Venus, the planet of love, is in Aquarius from February 1st to the 25th. And on the 1st, Venus, like we said, that rules love and relationships, is leaving the seriousness of Capricorn. Capricorn is serious and stuffy. And it's moving into this open-minded Aquarius where it's going to stay until February 25th. So pretty much the whole month of February. So Venus's journey through Aquarius will bring us this really wonderful, carefree kind of energy to our love life. And because Mercury is retrograde at this time, though, we might have some miscommunications and misunderstandings around love. So if you get a text from somebody and it comes off like somebody's being a bitch or nasty, or they say something and you kind of misunderstand it, that's happening right now. So don't overreact. Just think, oh gosh, this is probably because Mercury's retrograde and Venus is here in Aquarius. So Mercury retrograde is known for being a time to reconnect with those from the past. So Venus in Aquarius energy will leave you feeling fun and free. You want to go with the flow versus feeling all this pressure to make something work. And this is really good news for the single people here, but relationships seem to have a fated quality right now. So I know there's quite a few of my clients that listen to this podcast where we are going to meet our soulmates this year in a fated way. Meaning you walk around the corner and you're holding a cup of coffee and you bump into somebody and the coffee spills all over. I hate to bring up accidents because I don't want to put any energy there, but for instance, you might be in a fender bender and the person that you're in a fender bender with happens to be your soulmate, the love of your life. So this kind of fated energy is in the air right now. We also get the opportunity to rethink relationships and how they work for us. And because this is Aquarius energy, it's really different. Maybe some of your decisions are going to be different than you thought before. Maybe you don't want to have the same bedroom or live together or even get married. So now is the time to claim what you want for your relationship, what you want it to look like, and then get ready for it this year. So we have an exciting, life-changing month coming up. This week we're focusing on rethinking things and easily shifting to new ways of being. Have an open mind because everything is changing. It's changing for the better. But just remember that we aren't beating ourselves up because we wasted years of our life doing something a different way. Instead, we're going to shift and appreciate that we now know there is a different, better way, and that we'll make that shift and we'll just be like that. This is the opportunity, is to rethink and make a shift and move in that direction. Quickly, rethink, make a shift, move in that direction. So write down all of the money that you attract this week and from here on out, putting our focus on the money we're attracting and receiving and off of what we're not receiving and our lack. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for listening, and I will talk to you next week.